Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Pial Barua. I'm an engineer. So as you can see in my YouTube channel that there are a couple of videos regarding system engineering, MATLAB. Alright, so today in this video I would like to talk about LabVIEW. Here you can see in my window, LabVIEW applications are here. But um, there are a lot of videos actually in YouTube about LabVIEW, but uh, I would like to talk about particularly on JKI State Machine because most of the JKI State Machines tutorials are not available in YouTube. So I think people had to come across with many difficulties to learn about JKI. So we're gonna open LabVIEW, right? There'll be a little bit difficulties to understand because the software is in Chinese. So I gotta stick on that. Alright, this is my old software. I'm gonna take a new VI. And then we can delete the open software. Alright. So as you can see, this is the control panel. And if I press Control E, then this is our programming or function palette. So first of all, I would like to tell that what is JKI. Maybe some of you know that about JKI. JKI State Machine is um, actually programming pattern, or is an actually in build architecture. We can say that in build architecture um, for developing. Maybe we can say for just instant right now control software. All right. So first, I will show you about how to open your JKI. So you can see here the JKI toolkits. If you don't have JKI toolkits, then you can go to the VI package manager. I think if you're using I mean LabVIEW, then you already know about WISE VI package manager. So you can actually download JKI from here. It's free. Okay. All right. Um, I'm not going to show this how to download it still. All right, it's open, so maybe I can show you now. There's a little bit difficulties here. I don't know. All right. So if you write down JKI State Machine, it will appear here in the list. You can see, and if you follow the instruction, you can get the JKI State Machine from the VI package manager. There's a little bit processor problem here over here. So we go back to the main content here. Go to JKI State Machine, and this one is the JKI State Machines. So I'll be demonstrating you with the very practical, direct approach, so you can read by yourself if you want to know more details. Actually, kind of following my supervisor, because he's kind of taught me in this method. He believes in more in practice than um, actually reading first the whole thing, so we can do some little warm up, so that can really make us confident about this framework or architecture. So, all right. So the first thing is that If you are using LabVIEW and if you are using JKI State Machine or State Machine, that's mean you are working with states, right? So in JKI State Machine, as you can see in this drop-down list, you have event structure, and then you have some default thing over here, like this is in Chinese more, and that's mean default initialize core data error handler exit. And as you can know that if you have some little idea about state machine or LabVIEW, you know that LabVIEW comes up with error handler, right? And as it is an inbuilt framework, so it has some initialize core data and then exit because we need to exit right from state, so it's inbuilt. So we don't have to do anything from here to here actually. We have a little bit of work over here in macro initialize, and then we can design our events, and then based on those events we can design our it's actually the backend. The code is here actually. The core backend code is here, right here. So I will give you a practical example on that. So the event structure is, suppose you want to build a software that, of course, if it's a state based, for an example, you want to um, control anything with a with a with a switch, right? The toggle switch. So you press the toggle switch, and then an event occur, and the event is actually triggered in the event structure, but the backend code is actually executed here in new category if you want to add. So let's just get back to some work. But before that, I would like to show you how data flows in JKI State Machines. Here is the event structure timeout. If it's -1 in default, but if you have to put it 0 for timeout, otherwise it don't time out. It will loop again and again and again if it's -1. So going back to the function, the control panel, let's say we have we want to, I don't know, I don't have any idea, but let's just do some programming over here. Let's say you want to mm, make a message, right? You want to pop up your name with some logical relationship. So we can maybe take a toggle switch over here. So basically what I'm doing is that if you click the switch, then a pop-up name will a name will be popped up, okay? And if you turn it off, then uh, the logic will be false. So we will try to keep it in the logic. As I've said that the event structure is front end, so we need to, this is the timeout event. That's mean if you're not triggering anything, the software has to run in somewhere. So it's the timeout effect. So you can practice actually the way I'm showing you. So we need an event because we want to click the switch. So it's it's in Chinese, so it's quite difficult maybe for you to understand, but you can find here like copy or something like that. I haven't used the English version, so I don't know actually what's the name of it. So I'm gonna copy the event, and when I'm copying the event actually, so I have that boolean, so I'm selecting the boolean, and my event is created. So this event will only work with this global variable. So this one is my toggle switch control, and I can get the new value, get the old value, can get the time, and can design my timestamp. Right. So this event is like we designing the front end over here. So we will make a logic, but before that, we have to um, we have to say make a logic, right? If it's clicked, right? If it's clicked, so if you're using lab view coding, so that you can maybe you can know that uh, your case structure is very important. So if it's true, if we're pressing it true, then the logic will work actually. And if it's false, it will not work. Why it's not clicking? Oops. All right. So if it's true, then what we want to flow the data to our backend. We haven't designed the backend, so we need to design the backend. So here's one new category. So you can write your code over here. So we can write, you can write anything actually. New category, maybe pop-up message. Okay, pop-up message. And you need to now copy it because you need to exactly when you are assigning these states in your event, you need to exactly write that name. So you have to put that inside the condition. So now if it's true, if you're clicking the toggle switch, then if you have clicked it, that's mean that this is a true value, and then when the value is true, then your state will work. So this one is the state back and state front. So we need state back. So we will like take it and the best thing is you can actually, I don't know if it's prompt or not, but this is one of my favorite in LabVIEW. The string design actually is really good. So we have designed this event, it's done. And what if it's false? If it's false, maybe we can do something. We can make a pop-up message over here as well. For this reason, what we need a string, let me say a string indicator. This one, yeah, we can take it message status. This one is the message status. So what we can do is that we can take a verb and say value is false. And also what we can do is that we can also use the same indicator at when the value is true. For that reason, we need to. I'm really sorry about the language. We need to figure it out. All right, and we're assigning it's true, so we can. So you can assign this message as the value is true. It's kind of an indicator. And another thing that you can also use flag. Now, what is flag? It's very important. It's as a boolean in LabVIEW programming. It's very important. All right. So we take a indicator, boolean indicator. This one is the flag, and we can assign this flag over here. For that reason, we need another constant. All right. So put it inside the case structure and make it true. If it's true, the light will pop up. And if it's false, sorry, if it's false, then it will not pop up. Right? Right. So we make another one. Make it false. It's already false. So we designed the front end. Now it's time to show the back end, right? So actually this one is a pop message already. So now what we need, uh, we have to have to make a gain. I think we need another string indicator. This one. Maybe the message is the message, the core message. You can write it like this. And we take that over here. And so here also maybe we can make a condition. For example, if the value is true. If the value is true, it's actually coming here, but let's just understand it. Activation successful. Maybe it's a login kind of thing. You can take it as, I think it doesn't need any logic here because we assigned in the but we got some debugging issues here. Let's see, what's the debugging? Yeah, we didn't connect this data flow over here. All right, our code is ready. So time to run the code. Okay. Oops. Maybe there's some issues there. Let me check. So if you have any issues with the code, you can see the data flow and how the data is working. So it's starting from the macro initialize, and then it's going to the data initialization. We don't need any data initialization here because it's a very simple code. And then it's going to the initialize core data. These are actually default in JKI State Machine. All right. You don't need to like stress a lot. You just have to practice the way I'm showing here. So the issue is here is that the state is not going to the oh okay. 1 second. We didn't actually press the button. Let's see. It has some lagging here because 1 second to off this data flow. All right. Okay, let's just do it. This one was set to the default, and let's just click it. All right. There's some problem over here. So you can see that the value is true and it's working. What about the message?